Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over another scenario for the 2024 election prediction breakdown. Now here we go. A lot of news has happened this weekend. Trump yesterday just picked his vice president, JD Vance. I actually don't think this was a bad pick. There was a few other picks I think could have helped him out more maybe than JD. For instance, maybe Glenn Youngkin, since he was the governor of Virginia, and Virginia right now is a big swing state. I think personally, Glenn Youngkin would have helped Trump out more in Virginia, maybe in New York, these upper states. But with JD being from Ohio, I think that is a big deal, and that could possibly help Trump out with the Rust Belt even more, even though most of the polls that have come out, Trump's already winning. I think Trump's, he's already so far up in the polls right now. I think, he wasn't really worried about picking somebody that's going to help him win. I think he was worried about picking somebody that is going to carry that future MAGA movement and, possibly even just secure his the states that he already has at the moment. So yeah, we're going to be going over this, breaking down every single swing state in this election so far, and with all the news with Trump almost being assassinated and his new vice president. I think Trump's lead is about to grow. I think in the polls in the next coming week or two, we're going to see Trump up in the polls a lot. I think this is going to change a lot of the American view on Trump. I am seeing a lot of Democrats come out saying it was staged and blah, blah, blah. I'm also seeing a lot of Republicans coming out blaming it on, the radical left and their agenda, which, I don't know which one's true, but I do know that after the assassination attempt, I think this will change a lot of people's views on Trump, and possibly I think Democrats already have their mind made up about voting for Biden, but I think those independents that are in the middle don't really know who to vote for. I think they're going to start leaning more towards Trump because after what happened, and all the news is fully on him right now. So let's go ahead and jump into this map. As you can see, I have picked out all the states that are in red, I believe, that are going to be Trump's safe states. I think these are going to be, 15 points, maybe 10 points or 15 points even more. I've seen a lot of the polling come out that are just that. And same with the blue states. I think these are going to be Biden's safe states. I think he's going to win these states no matter what happens to him or Trump. I think Biden's got these states secured. Now, if we jump right back into it, I did forget to fill in these two states at the top. I just want to talk about it a little bit. I am seeing a lot of polling come out at Iowa, where Trump's up by almost 18. So I do believe, and he won the primary so big here, I just think Iowa is going to be a pretty safe state for Trump. And same with Ohio, with JD coming being a senator out of Ohio. I think he's going to secure that state too. I think everybody's going to jump on the Trump invade Vance ticket. And I also think he's going to secure a lot of the Rust Belt up here. But we're going to get to that in a second. We're going to be going over all these states. Now, if we come down here and see the most recent pollings that have come out, we can see that since yesterday when Trump picked his vice president, we've only had one poll come out. And we can see, it was against Harris and Biden. We're still concerned. We don't know if Biden's going to drop out of the race. At the moment, it doesn't look like he is. It looks like he's pretty strong and strict on staying in the race. But, we're still, almost 4 or 5 months out from the election. There's just no telling what's going to happen. But this is crazy. Even if Harris was the nominee for the Democrat Party, Trump's beating her by 10 points in the state of Georgia, and he's only beating Biden by 3. So I don't know, what that goes to show, but I definitely think Biden will probably be the better candidate. Harris has, just as worse of approval rating as Biden, so there's no telling what's going to happen, but I think Biden definitely probably has the best shot at Trump, but still, he's still not even doing really good in these swing states. So yeah, as you can see, Trump's up by 3 in this poll in the state of Georgia, and if we come over here, you can see, again, Trump has a lead of 3.8, and if we click on it, Trump's going to win this state. Every single poll that's come out, he has been killing it, up by at least, 4 or 5 points. And I think Trump's got the bag secured in the state of Georgia. I think Georgia is going to be a likely state, honestly. And if we come over to North Carolina, Trump has won this state, twice. Even in 2020 when Biden had his big blow up and he won the presidency, I think North Carolina is still going to be I don't think it's going to be a safe state, but I think it will be, just like Georgia, a likely state for Trump because, again, he's won it twice. I think the people of North Carolina are more for Trump. And we come over here, again, just like Georgia, we can see that North Carolina is up with Trump, and Trump is crushing it in the polls of North Carolina. Now, if we go over to our next state, let's go to Virginia. I did see a recent poll just come out of Virginia. I don't have it on these, but it was the University of Virginia, and they had Trump up by 3 points. And this was today. This is just after the assassination attempt, after Trump picked his vice president. So again, I think we're going to see a lot of these polls start to change in the next coming months. But with Virginia being a strong Democrat state, usually Trump's up by 3 points in this latest poll, and I think we're about to see a lot of these swing states maybe shifting more towards the right, shifting towards more the Trump's and Vance ticket. But I don't have that poll at the moment, so we're just going to go based off what we have here. If we come over here and type in Virginia, we can see that Biden is, like I said, Virginia is usually a Democrat state. So Biden is winning the state. He's not winning it by big, but he is winning the state. And I honestly believe, after seeing that poll today, with the, possibly coming of the new polls coming out for the new elections, or for the new swing states after everything that's happened for Trump, I honestly see Trump's flipping the state of Virginia. Ohio is not that far from Virginia, and with Vance being from Ohio, and I think he can appeal to more, that the middle class American. I think possibly Trump will win the state of Virginia this year, especially after I saw that new poll right after he picked Vance, with Trump up by 3. Now, if we go to Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is very interesting. It is one of the best swing states where Trump was up by a lot, but I definitely think, especially after the assassination attempt taking place in Pennsylvania, I don't know if that's going to change anything for the state. If anything, I think it's going to make Trump even more popular in that state. And I personally think Pennsylvania will just be like Georgia and North Carolina. If you can come over here and see, we're going to type in Pennsylvania, and we can see that, again, Trump has been leading in the polls, and he's been crushing it ever since, the last one was taken June 29th, July 1st. But yeah, Trump up by 5. I think I even saw Trump up by 7 one time. But yeah, he's been leading it, and especially after this new incident happening there, I definitely think Pennsylvania will be a likely state for Trump. Now, if we go to New Jersey, New Jersey is in play. New Jersey is in play big time. It usually is a big Democrat state, but as you can see in the latest poll, especially after that debate that Trump and Biden had, you can see that Trump is up by 1. And I think New Jersey will be just like Virginia. I think Trump will pull that state off. I personally believe that, especially all the news happening and everything going on. New York, I just don't see it. New York has Biden up by 7 or 8 right now, and I think they're still going to vote pretty Democrat, even though I think Trump's lead in that state is growing even popular. I just don't see him pulling off New York. There's no way. New York's been a pretty Democrat state for a long time. I do think Trump will be able to get that state down to maybe 4 or 5 points before the election starts. But I just don't think he will be able to pull that state off. We also need some new polling coming out of New York because we don't have enough. But the latest one had Biden up by 7 or 8, which is incredible because Biden did win the state of New York by, I think, over 20 in 2020 election. If we go to the state of New Hampshire, we can see in New Hampshire is going to be another swing state this year. Usually, New Hampshire, votes more to the left, especially in the last couple elections. Trump did come very, very close to winning New Hampshire in 2016. I think he barely lost to Hillary Clinton in the state. But in 2020, I think Biden blew him out of the water and won the state big time. But you can see, even after the debate, I think that debate changed a lot of things and a lot of people's views on the former president and our current president, Joe Biden. And I think Trump, with him being up too, I think the state of New Hampshire is turning just like the state of Virginia and New Jersey. I think Trump will personally pull off that state, and I think it will be more of a tilt for Trump. Now, if we come over to the state of Maryland or Maine, excuse me, I think Maine's second district is going to be strong for Trump. I think, let me see, the first district will probably go to Biden. They're usually more of that, leftist leaning district. But I do believe the overall general election in the state will go to Trump. I think more Trump supporters are going to come out in that state. That state is bigger, The first district is just this tiny little part down here. I did see polls where Trump was up by 2 to 3 points just overall in the state, and I think Trump will pull off that state. Now, if we come to Michigan, we can see in the state of Michigan, this one has, Trump up by barely anything, honestly, but you can see that Trump was leading in these polls right here. And if we come over here and type in the state of Michigan, we can see that Trump is up by a little bit more than that. And the latest poll coming out, July 11th to the 13th has Trump up by 3. And again, if we apply that to everything that's happened, I think Trump's lead is going to grow even more in the state of Michigan. I don't think Michigan will be as strong as the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, but I definitely think it will go towards more Trump in the 2024 election. If we go if we go across to the state of Wisconsin, we can see in Wisconsin, Wisconsin is just like Michigan. They usually vote the same as Michigan. But again, polls weren't taken that too long ago. These are post-debate polls, and it has Trump up by 1 to 2 points. And especially, again, after everything that happened, I see Wisconsin being just like Michigan, leaning more towards Trump. Now, in the state of Illinois, we don't have many polls coming out of Illinois, which is very weird. I think Illinois will be, I don't know if it will be a big swing state this year, but I definitely think it's going to play a critical role in the election. As you can see, the latest poll came out was in April, and that was against Kennedy and Trump, which Trump did lose that. But, if you take the polls against Kennedy and Biden and Kennedy and Trump and apply them, you can see that Biden was winning by 46 and Trump was losing, with 37. So I definitely think Illinois is going to be, just like the state of New York. I think it's going to vote more towards the left, especially after the last couple elections. I think Illinois will, vote left no matter what. In Minnesota, I see Minnesota just like Virginia. I think Minnesota will possibly become a big swing state this year. You can see Biden's only leading by 2, but I have seen a lot of polls where Trump is starting to lead. As you can see, June 13th to the 18th, Trump has gained the lead in Minnesota. Especially, again, after everything that's happened, I think Minnesota will tilt more towards Trump this year. And same for New Mexico. New Mexico, I've seen a poll where Trump was up by 1 now. New Mexico used to be a strong state for Biden. I think Biden won it by more than 7 points in 2020. I saw one poll where Biden was up by, 5 or 7, but now with the latest poll, Trump is leading by 1. And again, we're going to have to see where these polls go, especially in a month from now after everything that's happened this weekend. I think the polls will start leaning more towards Trump, and people will start opening their eyes up and more and voting more towards Trump, especially those the independents that aren't decided. But I do think the state of New Mexico will go to Trump. In the state of Colorado, I think Biden's going to win the state of Colorado. I think it's going to be very close in the state of Colorado. I think the state of Colorado is going to be very close. And as you can see, Biden's up by 10 in this point. But if you come down here, you can see how close it is. Biden's up by 6, 5, 4. And again, after everything that's happened, I think Colorado will be even closer, maybe 1 to 2 points towards Biden this year. I did forget to fill in the District of Columbia. That is a very heavy Democrat district. And if we come over to the state of Oregon and Washington, I don't think they're going to be safe states for Biden, but they are very heavy Democrat, and I think they will be likely towards Biden. Now, if we go to the state of Arizona, Arizona has the same polling coming out as Georgia and North Carolina. As you can see, look, Trump is up by 4, 3, 7. Yeah, I think Trump has got Arizona in the bag. And our last state on the map, if you come to Nevada, you can see in Nevada we have, I think I seen Trump was up big time in Nevada last time I checked. Let's see. Yeah, he was up by almost 5.5 points in Nevada. And as you can see, the biggest poll has Trump up by 10. I think Nevada is going to be one of the biggest swing states that lean more towards Trump in this election. And I personally think Nevada will be just like Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, maybe even a little heavier. And when it comes to the second district of Nebraska, I do see Trump winning that. I think it'll be a little bit closer than anything. It usually is a Democrat district. I think the Nebraska University is there. I think more college voters are there. But I think Trump will win it this year, just like he did in 2016 when he had his big when people voted for him and he won the election. Now here you go. Here's your 2024 update for the presidential map after the post-assassination, after Trump picked his vice president. And I think this is what is to come for right now. But we're going to have to keep checking the polls. I think definitely in like a month or two, we're going to see more people, start support Trump and Vance on this ticket, especially in the Rust Belt area. I won't be surprised to see even Wisconsin, Michigan start to vote even more towards Trump. But that will do it at the moment. Thank you for watching.